What is up, y'all? Nerdy Blasian coming at ya. So, today I'm gonna be reviewing the season premiere of The Flash. So, spoiler warning for those of you who have not seen the season premiere of The Flash. You may want to cut off this video, go watch it, and then jump back here, and then jump back to this review. So, with all that being said, let's get into this review. So, the premiere starts out with Barry thinking about how life was, before that singular, or whatever you call it, that wormhole almost sucked up the entire Central City, like how life was prior to that. And then he thought about those who everybody that he lost along the way, like Eddie and Harrison Wells. And then we saw everybody come into play. Then he came back to reality, and then we see that it's been 6 months since the Flash saved Central City from that wormhole. And and I was a little thrown off. I'm like, what the fuck? We're not gonna get to see how he saved the city? I mean, like, what's going on? And then sometime, like, excuse me, sorry. About like maybe 15 minutes after the premiere, we finally see how he saved the city. And then we see that, and then turns out that he needed some help. And then that's when Firestorm emerges, and then he helps the Flash put a stop to this wormhole. And then I think he did some kind of flame. He just threw some flame in the wormhole or something. I don't know what he did exactly, but it made the wormhole close somehow. Yeah. And then Barry the Flash saves one counterpart of Firestorm, which is the doctor dude. Forgot his name, but he's the doctor. But where's Ronnie? Where's Ronnie? I mean, like, did whatever he did that make them split up? I mean, like, what happened to Ronnie? I mean, like, we didn't see him die or anything, but we just assumed that everyone presumed that he did. Like, what the hell just happened? I mean, like, Barry is carrying around this guilt that, where he feels responsible for Eddie's death and, presumably Ronnie's death. And that's why he's going off on his own. He's not letting Cisco or Joe or, anybody from his gang help him out. He's closing everybody off, and he's doing this superhero thing on his own, which is a very dangerous move. I get it, he's trying to keep people safe, try not to let people get in harm's way and everything like that. I mean, I get that, but that can be, I mean, like, what's beneficial for them may be crucial or dangerous for him. And and it comes to a point where he's gonna need their help after all. And it's like, and then it's Flash Day. He's gonna be given the key to the city for saving Central City. So people are actually embracing him as a hero, and he's actually like a symbol of hope for Central City. And it's pretty freaking awesome for him, but he still feels responsible. He's been carrying this guilt around him for 6 months, ever since that wormhole almost destroyed the city. And what else? And then he goes up against a metahuman who can absorb nuclear energy, and then he can make his body twice the size of a normal man. And it turns out, he seems to be, it seems like bullets and shit can't, hurt him or anything. And there's a little weapon that Cisco made that can hold the metahumans or whatever, but it can't hold this motherfucker. I mean, he breaks through the chains like, and it's ridiculous. And I'm like, wow, this may be the most powerful metahuman that the Flash has went up against. Well, one of the most powerful metahumans that he went up against. So, yeah. So eventually, it gets to that point, like, the Flash is getting pretty reckless. He's keeping everybody out of the loop, and then And then all of a sudden, there's this mysterious guy. He walks up to him, you know, at his job, said that Harrison Wells wants him to watch this video that he made for him. Like, that's in his will. Like, that's the last thing he wants him to do, like, if anything happened to him. And then Barry decides not to watch it or whatever. So eventually, well, we'll get to that later. I mean, that plays a role later on in the season premiere. But and then turns out the team is looking to you know, to help Barry out anyway. You know, like, you know, they're not taking no for an answer. So like Joe said to like what Iris said to Joe, but he said that to her at one point. Like, when you keep getting no for an answer, stop asking questions. So that puts it in perspective. So they all decide to just jump in and help anyway. So they care about Barry and they care about the city. So they're gonna do what they feel is right to keep the city safe, and to just do what they believe in. You know, it's not just about Barry anymore. You know, like, he needs help, just like Oliver needs help on, you know, like the Arrow just needs help. So Barry has his team and Oliver has his team. So there you go. And so he tries to go up against this motherfucker once again, the Autumn Smasher, as they call him now, and close to being killed again. And then Cisco hijacked into the alarm system, and then he managed to set off the alarm, so that saved his ass. And then let's see what else happened. Trying to think what else happened. Oh, and so they all decide to team up, you know, again. Like, he decides to Barry decides to finally buck up and let them help him. So, I mean, and Joe told him, like, you know, Eddie chose to the fight. Eddie chose to make that sacrifice, and Ronnie chose to make that sacrifice. You didn't force them to do this. Their deaths were not your fault. They made those decisions. They knew the risks and they took it. Now, you, however, being reckless and being suicidal and putting yourself in harm's way, but while keeping everybody, the entire team, out of the way, that is your fault. And so eventually he comes around, and then they all team up again, and then they make that motherfucking flash signal, and you know, that got Adam Smasher's attention, and then Caitlin's like, "Well, that's a pretty neat idea. Where'd you get that from?" And Cisco was like, I read that in the comic book somewhere. Oh my gosh, I still think that's funny. I'm like, oh, what the hell? The flash bat signal. I mean, I don't know. I still think that's funny. I mean, they did that. I mean, like, what the fuck? Okay, so eventually, you know, the Flash and Smasher get into their final showdown, and then eventually he lures him into this room that traps him in there, and there's no way for him to get out, and it's giving him all that nuclear energy, a lot more than what his body can absorb, and then that eventually drains his body down like, and then he's weakened and everything, and then you know, they came to that point earlier on in their second fight where Autumn Smasher says, the only person I want to hurt, you know, the only person I want to hurt is you. And then, you know, I only want to kill you. And then the Flash, when he has him right where he wants him, he asks him, like, why did you want to kill me? And then he said, he promised me I can go home if I kill you. And he said, who promised you that? Zoom. Shit. Okay, so the video, okay, let's see that video that that Harrison Wells got for Barry Allen. And then he's telling him, like, oh yeah, I'm not the enemy, okay, 15 years, blah blah blah. And then he confesses to his mother's death, that he murdered his mother. What the fuck? Like, what? I mean, just out of the blue like that? I mean, I get it. I'm happy for Barry that he got the justice that he's been trying to get throughout season 1. And but what? I mean, like, that seems a little off for me. Like, what made Wells decide to fess up? I mean, like, why? What made him do that? I mean, he's been trying to destroy Barry and everybody that he loves, and everything like that. And you know, he made that his. He just made that. If that's the last thing he does, he made that his goal to, you know, to torment Barry and his loved ones and everything. And all of a sudden, he fesses up to his mother's death. I'm happy for Barry, but that seems a little off for me. I mean, like, that felt a little off for me. I mean, what made him do that? I mean, like, the season just started, so I hope we get down to the bottom of that. What is going on with that? So they're throwing Henry, Barry's father, Henry, you know, a welcome home party, and then so on and so on. And then they have that talk where he tells him, like, you know, if Barry needs him, he will be there, but he does not want to stand in the way of his destiny, you know, or he doesn't want to try to comprehend his destiny as the Flash, or his relationships with Joe and Iris and everybody else. So he said if he needs him, he will be there. So they came to that conclusion. And then here's the then it ends with this mysterious guy who took pictures of Barry earlier on in the season premiere. And then they're talking about how Star Labs has, you know, their system now. No one can just walk on in, and then somebody just walks on in, and like, who's this mysterious guy? And then he's like, you don't know me, but I know you, Barry Allen. And then they're like, okay, step forward. Now, who are you? Step forward. And then he steps into the light, and then he says, I am Jake Garrick, and your world is in danger. Whoa, that's how the season premiere ends. I'm like, what better way to excuse me. What better way to end this season premiere than to see Jake Garrick? I mean, that is fucking awesome. And then it looks like we'll get to know him more, or Barry will get to know him more, because I guess in another world or in another dimension, Jake Garrick is the Flash. And so I'm looking forward to seeing that, to see his origin story unfold, you know, for Barry. But I don't know too much about these other Flashes, but I know of them, like Jake Garrick, for instance. So I'll get to know him a little bit more as this season progresses. So this season premiere gets a 9 out of 1 to 10, definitely. So there you go. Oh my gosh. So yeah, the Flash season premiere. What did you guys think of the season premiere? And you know, what are you looking forward to happening this season? And so it's gonna be a while. This review is gonna be a little late. This will be up, like, I'm gonna have this up by Thursday. So by the time you get this, it will be Thursday. So so yeah, let me know what you guys think of the season premiere. If you liked my review, thumb up the video, share, subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos to come. And until next time, Nerdy Blasian is signing out. Peace out. Run, Barry, run.